Memories are timeless treasures of the heart. Join us as we share weekly obituaries in memoriam reflections and loving tributes. We hope you find solace in the memories shared. In loving memory. Teardrops, slow and steady. The pain so real and true. God took another angel, and that angel, dear, was you. Angel wings upon the clouds, your body softly sleeps. Hush now, little angel, no more tears you have to weep. Little prayers are sent to you, the short life you led. Your family will never forget you, so rest your little head. I know God will look after you. Now you are truly alive. Your spirit soars beyond the moon. Your legacy will survive. You're beautiful. You're endless. Now stretch your wings and fly. You're loved by so many. It will never be goodbye. Close your pretty eyes. No more tears. Just go and rest. Let your soul lie peacefully. We know you did your best. Orion Bernita Boyce of Chance Hall, St. Lucie, entered peacefully into rest on June 19, 2023, at the age of 79. Wife of the late Reginald Boyce, daughter of the late Madeline Hines and Clyde Phillips, mother of Wade Boyce of BL&P, Fonda Boyce Small of the Ignatius Bayer Primary School, and David Boyce of Healthy Kinks Botanicals. Grandmother of Abayomi, Ayo, Maya, Aiden, Mariah, and Macarius Boyce, and Sherry Austin. Sister of Victor, Martin, Livingston, Aileen, Grafton, and Sherwin Phillips, Irma Eudora Gooding, Jefferson Bevell, Antoinette Bradshaw Best, Dorita Lawrence, Juanita Graves, Pamela Phillips Esprit, and Jenny Kathy Ann Austin, aunt of Ross Phillips and many others, cousin of Veltina Hines, Stephen Ford, and many others, mother-in-law of Leandra Wilfred Boyce, Kenrick Small, and Nikita Boyce, relative of the Armstrong, Hines, Yearwood, Phillips, Bevell, and Ford families, friend of Dorothy Beaujour, Angela Rock, Carmen Sobers, and many others. The funeral of the late Orion Bernita Boyce leaves Earl's Funeral Home, Half Moon Ford, St. Lucie, on Tuesday, July 4th, 2023, for St. Clement's Anglican Church, Lowlands, St. Lucie, where relatives and friends are asked to meet for the service of Thanksgiving and the interment at 3:30 p.m. Live streaming of the funeral may be viewed via watch.earlsfuneralhome.com/Orion Boyce. Sylvia Eunice Doughton, age 97 years, affectionately known as Sylvie of Gall Hill No. 2, St. John, mother of Daphne Mason, Janice Doughton, and the late Earl Doughton, sister of Don Cook and the late Ena Doughton, Horatio Cook and Ivan Howard, grandmother of Bertram, Anthony, Paula, Tamara, and 4 others, great-grandmother of Nicole, Jonathan, and 5 others, great-great-grandmother of 1, aunt of Paul Cook, Barbara Cook Aline, Edmund Mears, and others, cousin of Maureen Doughton and others, sister-in-law of Sheila Howard, friend of Dolores Moore, caregiver, and many others, relative of the Doughton, Hudson, Barnett, Howell, and Devonish families. The funeral of the late Sylvia Eunice Doughton leaves Belmont Funeral Home, Belmont Road, St. Michael, on Monday, July 3, 2023, for St. John Parish Church, where relatives and friends are asked to meet at 3 p.m. for the service. The funeral will then proceed to St. John Parish Church Cemetery for the interment. The service and burial may be viewed via live stream at www.belmontfuneralhome.live/Sylvia Doughton. Norma Viola Jones, aged 75 years, retired nursing assistant at the St. Michael Geriatric Hospital, late of Seeley Hall, St. John, mother of Pamela Jones Goodrich, grandmother of Kai Jones Goodrich, sister of Belfield Jones of Canada, Modine Toppin and Elma Ackerson, both of the UK, Vera Evelyn, Stella and Margaret Jones, Corinne Hardin and Doria Williams, aunt of Wendy Codrington and Lawrence Jones, both of the UK, Trevor Evelyn, Desreel Greenidge, Deja Williams of the Barbados Fire Service, and many others. Niece of Hilma Carter, sister-in-law of Desmond Williams JP and Rudolph Harding, relative of Wendy Reed, Erlene Holder, the Walcott, Spencer, Boyce, Carter, Heelis, Pilgrim, and Holder families, friend of Albert Freeman, Cynthia Otley, Maria Aline, and Wendy Davison. The funeral of the late Norma Viola Jones leaves Belmont Funeral Home, Belmont Road, St. Michael, on Wednesday, July 5, 2023, for St. Mark's Anglican Church, College Savannah, St. John, where relatives and friends are asked to meet at 3:30 p.m. for the service and interment. The service may be viewed, however, via live stream at www.belmontfuneralhome.live/Norma Jones. Dennis O'Brien Jordan, also known as Scout, of Graves Road, Ashton Hall, St. Peter, entered peacefully into rest at age 68. Son of the late Coleman and Lucille Thomas, father of Roger Jordan, Keisha Jordan of CIBC First Caribbean International Bank, Tanya Jordan of the UK, and Kevin Jordan, PC 2123 of the Barbados Police Service, grandfather of Aaliyah Jordan, brother of Jennifer Boyce, Audrey Babb, Maureen Jemmett, manager of Pizzaman Dock Sheraton, Carl Devonish of the UK, Dasha Goodrich, Janelle Aline of the USA, and the late Anthony Tank Jordan, stepson of Allison Thomas, uncle of Jamal, Corey, Kiara, Jaden and Javion Jemmett, Rochelle Jordan of the USA, Trey and Tia Babb, Tamara Ferguson, Dave, Brian and Ronnie Jordan, Brandon Downs, and the late Barry Downs, cousin of Angela Boucher of Toronto, Anne and Tyrone Best, Maureen and Deborah Thomas, Shirley Waith, Ingrid Hurley, Thelma Bowen, Barrington Agard, Marie and Hal Jordan, and many others. brother-in-law of Adrian Boyce and Coleridge Jamet, relative of the Jordan, Thomas, Bend, and Jilks families. The funeral of the late Dennis O'Brien Jordan leaves Earl's Funeral Home, Half Moon Fort, St. Lucie, on Saturday, July 8, 2023, for All Saints Anglican Church, Pleasant Hall, St. Peter, where relatives and friends are asked to meet for the service of thanksgiving and interment at 9 a.m. Live streaming of the funeral may be viewed via watch.earlsfuneralhome.com/Dennis Jordan. Wilma Verona Lewis, aged 90, affectionately known as Ma, late of Chase Road, Halls Road, St. Michael, mother of Pamela Randolph of the USA, Angelique Estwick and Alfonso Lewis, grandmother of Alana Brathwaite, Ashley and Renee Ferdinand, both of the USA, Keelia Clark and Diego Lewis, great-grandmother of Kennedy Johnson of the USA, and Jazara Johnson, mother-in-law of Benjamin Randolph of the USA. The funeral of the late Wilma Verona Lewis leaves Belmont Funeral Home, Belmont Road, St. Michael, on Wednesday, July 5th, 2023, at 12:15 p.m. for the chapel of Coral Ridge Memorial Gardens, The Ridge Christ Church, where relatives and friends are asked to meet at 2 p.m. for the service and interment. The organist is kindly asked to attend. Floral arrangements may be sent to Belmont Funeral Home no later than 11:45 a.m. on Wednesday. Eustace Theophilus Small, better known as Dick, aged 92, late of number 6 Cottage Heights, St. George, father of Jean, Dennis, Terry and Kevin Small, Barbara Pettigrew, Andrew and Samantha Cox, all of the UK, grandfather, great-grandfather, and great-great-grandfather of many, brother of Priscilla Dearest Small, friend of many. The funeral of the late Eustace Theophilus Small leaves Belmont Funeral Home, Belmont Road, St. Michael, on Thursday, July 6, 2023, for the Coral Ridge Memorial Chapel, The Ridge Christ Church, where relatives and friends are asked to meet at 2 p.m. for the Thanksgiving service, followed immediately by the interment. The service and burial may be viewed via live stream at www.belmontfuneralhome.live/Eustace Small. Fitz Oswald Tate, BSM, JP, aged 90 years, also known as Conky Tate, late of Buckingham Road, Bank Hall, St. Michael, retired Senior Superintendent of the Royal Barbados Police Force, past President of the Barbados Rotary South and former President, Treasurer and Secretary of the Barbados Ex-Police Association. Son of the late Joseph and L'Oreal Tate, husband of the late Norma Tate, father of Marlene Tate Mead, Karen Tate Lauriston, and Annette Wilkinson, all of the USA, Roger Griffith of the UK, Marva Tate Alkins, Marina Tate, Joanna and Jonathan Hudson, grandfather of Karina and Robert Lauriston Jr., Nishon Wilkinson, all of the USA, Nkoyo Mead and Matthew Griffith, both of the UK, Naeem K. Branch of Canada, Stephen Tate, PC 1726 of TBPS, Osaro Mead and Keisha Branch, great-grandfather of Ashonya Tate, Sadie Mead and Zara Ford Branch, brother of Vida Harris, Frank Tate of the USA, and the late Adela Ford, Keith Tate, and John Branch, uncle of many. Father-in-law of Wayne Branch and Robert Lauriston Sr. of the USA. Brother-in-law of Willis King of the UK, Anthony and Keith King, both of the USA, and Caedon King. Relative of the Tate, Marshall, Branch, Gittins, and Griffith families. The funeral of the late Fitz Oswald Tate leaves Belmont Funeral Home, Belmont Road, St. Michael, on Tuesday, July 4th, 2023, for St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Blackrock, St. Michael, where relatives and friends are asked to meet at 10 a.m. for the service. The funeral will then proceed to the St. Joseph Churchyard Cemetery for the interment. The service may be viewed via live stream at www.belmontfuneralhome.live/Oswald Tate. Mabel Hazel Yeamans of French Village, St. Peter, entered peacefully into rest at age 83, faithful member of French Village Pentecostal Church. Sunrise, July 8th, 1939. Sunset, June 20th, 2023. Mother of Wayne, Wendy, and Ricky Yeamans, grandmother of Tyrese Yeamans, sister of the late Esme Scantlebury and Kenneth Yeamans, aunt of Henry, Riven, Neville, Noel Scantlebury, Ruth Price, and the late Philip Scantlebury and Patrick Simmons, great aunt of Krista McAllister, Karen Price, and the late Jason Price, cousin of Rudolph, Eugene, and Cora Worrell, and Dr. Tyra Waith, relative of the Yeamans, Stanford, Worrell, and Scantlebury families, special friend of Verita French, Marlene and Sherwin Cox, Pastor Akinda Harris, Vernon Harris, Vincent Best, Judy Cumberbatch, and many others. The funeral of the late Mabel Hazel Yeamans leaves Earl's Funeral Home, Halfmoon Fort, St. Lucie, on Saturday, July 8th, 2023, for All Saints Anglican Church, Pleasant Hall, St. Peter, where relatives and friends are asked to meet for the service of Thanksgiving and the interment at 2 p.m. Live streaming of the funeral may be viewed via watch.earlsfuneralhome.com/Mabel Yeamans.
This week, we remember
Sylvester Oscar Britton, Doreen Alitia Chase, Tonya Shansia Jemmett, Roger Albert Glenroy Maxwell, Sage Elise Marie, Cynthia Elaine Pigott, Whitney DeCourcy Pilgrim, Pedro St. Alban Roach, Martin Laval Rock, Evelyn Simpson, Donovan Orlando Skeet, Mackay Cameron Weeks. This week we pay tribute to Charlene Bevell.
Charlene was amazing. Charlene was beautiful. Charlene was selfless. She was non-judgmental, intelligent, and caring. One word to sum up Charlene is loving.
It was a privilege to have met a person as sweet and nice as Charlene Bevell. And your passing, Char, just know you'll be remembered as the sweetheart that you are. Rest easy.
Charlene eyes always sparkled, and I know that was her dazzling personality manifesting in her eyes. She was a beautiful and exceptional person, and I really admired her.
The first memory I have of Charlene was when I met her sometime within my first year of nursing, and what stood out to me was her pleasant personality. To me, she had a knack for being a no-nonsense nurse, but with an amiable disposition. I will forever cherish the memory of her smile, her laughter, and her lively personality. Charlene, you created something beautiful with your life and left a wonderful, lasting impression on so many. Thank you.
My fondest memories of Charlene was her smile and her generosity. Her smile was radiant and it was cheerful, and she was generous and kind to everyone she met. She will surely be missed.
Fun loving, always wearing a smile. Charlene, you were loved and loved by many, my queen. Rest well, gone too soon. Love you.
She was a very nice girl. Always had a smile on her face, always a joy to be around. I have never seen her angry at all. Even when patients would upset her, I never saw her angry. She was a beautiful soul.
Charlene. Charming, humble, adorable, respectful, loving, enthusiastic, nice, and effervescent.
Charlene Bevell was a beautiful soul with a great personality. It was a joy knowing and working with you.
I shall miss you dearly. I shall miss all the jokes, all the advice, all the inspiration. I can just miss the smile. That's what you can really miss.
Char was one of the kindest persons I know, the epitome of compassion, and the true definition of what a nurse should be. If I'm half as good as her, I'd be exceptional. Forever etched in my memory.
I'll always remember Charlene as being a fun and vibrant person, taking the time to be generous and always share a positive word.
Charlene, I had to break out a Snapchat filter for you because you know you love your filters and they look a hot mess. But besides that, what I will always remember is your calming, comforting spirit. Beautiful inside and out. And your ability to calm and bring peace into a room.
Wherever a beautiful soul has been, there's a trail of beautiful memories. Ronald Reagan. Continue to rest in peace, Charlene.
Charlene Bevell was indeed a very beautiful person. We had a fantastic interaction. She was one of the main persons within the classroom who had fantastic leadership acumen. She caused the group to gel well together, and she would be dearly missed.
The fondest memory I have with Charlene is when we had to go quarantine. Charlene packed like we the going on a staycation.
Char was a kind, generous, loving person and had a radiant smile. When Char greeted me and she smiled, I had to smile. She did things with such grace and compassion. And Charlene always wanted the best for everyone. It's just who she was. She was literally beautiful inside and out.
Charlene was a nice, lovable, friendly, caring, professional, outspoken, very happy, always smiling. She speaks to you in a very calm voice. I love you, Char.
Hey, Char. You're courageous. You're extremely humble, attentive, and resilient.
From the staff at Freight and Assembly, Charlene, your presence will live on us. Love you and surely miss you.
When I think about Charlene, the first word that comes to mind is genuine. There was nothing disingenuous about Charlene. She always had a calming and soothing presence. She always made you feel so comfortable. She was one of a kind. Charlene gave of her best. She was exceptional. She was extraordinary. My fondest memory of Charlene and I, whenever we greeted, no matter where, when, she would always say, whenever you see me, even though it's COVID, make sure you give me a hug. Charlene, I miss you. I love you.
Fun, loving, hardworking, pleasant, ambitious, courageous, always will smile greeting was the life of Charlene Lavelle. On behalf of the
Housekeeping Department, we wish to extend our sincere condolences
to our sister, friend, co-worker, Charlene Lavelle.
Rest in peace.
It's indeed a pleasure having taken care of you, Charlene. Rest well, my colleague. You were one of us.
Charlene, fly with the angels.
Rest in peace, Char. Love you and see you on the other side.
It was an honor knowing you. Sleep well, my friend.
Sleep in peace, my dear friend.
To Charlene, may you rest in peace. It was an honor to get to know you and to be around you.
Sleep in peace, Char.
God knows best. Sleep in peace and rise in glory.
God, Mommy, I wish you were still here. I miss you and I love you.
It's really unbelievable, but it's hard to accept. Rest in peace, Charlene. I'm gonna truly miss you, girl.
Wish me luck. Wish me luck.
One of the greatest comforts in times of sorrow is the expression of sympathy conveyed in many ways. The team at In Loving Memory thanks you on behalf of the families for your expressions of sympathy at this time.